Hello, hello. What's up? Uh, yes. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about Vasyl Lomachenko and his future fights and some of his previous fights, no less. Uh, I know that he has been in talks with the manager of Orlando Salido for a rematch. And now I heard that he is gonna face Rigondao in December. And I wanted to say a few things about both potential matchups and his future also. Future potential matchups. Yes. Well, Vasyl. His name is Vasyl for first, not Vasily, as everybody seems to be calling him. Lomachenko is called one of the best or the best pound for pound fighter today. Uh, and there is some uh, perhaps truth in that. He's got outstanding speed, outstanding reflexes, technical ability, defense, altogether very sound boxer. Um, his power is also rather good, nothing spectacular, I'd say, but if he hits you clean with enough times, he will knock you out or stop you, definitely. The only problem with calling him the pound for pound best or among the best, three or four best anyway, is that he hasn't yet faced his toughest opponents. He beat Nicholas Walters, who was undefeated back then, but Walters had not fought in over a year. And he was definitely not himself in that fight. He didn't really try so hard. He was just, maybe that was also because Lomachenko was so good at shutting him out, and all that. But his best wins so far as a pro are against Gary Russell Jr. Uh, and Walters and Rocky Martinez, perhaps because he knocked out Martinez, who had come off a victory over Salido himself before that, and a draw. So, and he also beat Jason Sosa, who was a solid fighter. He stopped the previously undefeated Javier Fortuna, but the draw he had against Walters himself was controversial. I didn't really see that fight, but I read about it. So anyway, so that was a good win, but not a great one for Lomachenko. Um, so if he faces Rigondao or Salido, maybe both, he is in for his greatest challenges yet, but from of different reasons. With Rigondao, it's of course about outsmarting and outboxing the smartest, perhaps, or one of the smartest boxer that ever put on boxing gloves. And with uh, with Salido, it's a whole different game. It's about rising to that challenge of having to fight a tough, physically tough fight, and just having enough heart and you know a good enough game plan also, because the reason why only Salido has managed to not get beaten anyway by Lomachenko, because everyone else, including Russell, were really, dominated by Loma. So, but Salido, one thing he did was he was not intimidated, first of all, by all the hype that Arum and other people in Lomachenko's camp came with back then in 2014. And for second, he fought a perfect fight against a guy like Lomachenko, because he crowded him, for he didn't let him throw so much. Every time Lomachenko charged at him, he just he did the right thing. He hit him first, and then he grabbed and clinched. He did throw a lot of low blows. That's correct. And that fight was very even. Most likely, well, I have to watch it again to score, but I think it was perhaps a draw or maybe a victory for Salido by 1 point, something like that. But anyway, Salido was also too big back then for Lomachenko, but now they are about equal in weight. And but I still think it will be a tough fight, because Loma uh, is not used to fighting on the inside, and that's part of why he didn't rise to the task the first time against Salido. While Salido, that's his whole game is fighting on the inside, of course, because in comparison to Lomachenko, Salido looks very crude, and unpolished, but he doesn't have to be. When you have a weight advantage and then you are a really good inside fighter, you can just spoil the game of any technical boxer, no matter how good they are. And one can say that that's something that Castillo did against Mayweather the first time as well, because Mayweather opened well and he won the first 4 rounds, I think. But then Castillo started crowding him and just didn't let him get off, didn't let him find his pace, and he made Floyd fight his fight, and that's exactly what Salido did to Lomachenko. He made him fight his fight, his own, not Lomachenko's. So yeah. So this time it will be about, I think, Lomachenko establishing himself, from the start, and that's not something he didn't do in that fight against Salido. Will he succeed this time? I think so. Yeah, most likely. I mean, he's got all the tools. He's not, as I said, he's not a really big power puncher, but as we saw in their fight, he really hurt Salido in the last round with that left hook. And so he's perhaps like Julio Cesar Chavez. If he catches you really well, then he can knock you out. He's more like a wear him out fighter, Lomachenko, just like Chavez was. I know this is kind of ironic since Chavez is a Mexican like Salido, but Chavez was he could box too. He wasn't just a brawler, and perhaps he didn't have the same style as Lomachenko, but anyway. So that was about those fights, and now about his future fights. Well, his best fights lie ahead of him, I think, because Rigondeaux, he's just too small. He's a super bantamweight who can make the featherweight limit, but at super featherweight he just looks small, ridiculously small, even. So he has no power there, and so that's a bit of a mismatch, even. And Rigo is, now going up. He's growing old, to put it simply. He's what's he like, 37 or something, I think. So his best days are definitely behind him, and yeah, he's 36, but he will be 37 by the time he fights Lomachenko. That's on 9th of December, or December the 9th to you Americans. Yeah, but anyway, what future holds for Lomachenko? Well, he if he moves up in weight and goes to lightweight, well, of course, Jorge Linares would be one of the most logical choices. Yeah, Linares is still 32 only, so he has a few years left, even though he started fighting at elite level early, at 22 or something, and but he has very fast hands. Of course, he's naturally bigger and harder hitter than Loma, but Loma has got that great movement, and hand speed just like Linares, and it would be a tough fight for Vasyl. And of course, there is the inevitable great future showdown, potential showdown against Mikey Garcia, which would be perhaps the best fight, that can happen in future, because both guys are, well, not undefeated, but anyway, they are both great technical as well as offensive fighters, and Garcia is of course a puncher, very hard puncher, and but he is the only one that really, really dominated Salido himself. Salido was just, out of his depth in that fight, and I don't think he's ever been that before or since in a fight. He just was completely outclassed there, and yeah. So it's tough to say, but I think Mikey would be the favorite in that fight, and because he's a more natural lightweight and a harder puncher, while he also has much of the same other qualities that Loma has, and what concerns Crawford, forget it. Crawford will not stay at 140 so much longer, so a showdown between him and Lomachenko is pretty much out of the question. I don't think Loma will ever make 147. He's just too small. I think highest up he may go is 140, perhaps. But he's a natural super featherweight right now, and he's 29, so he may not fight that much. 5, 6 years longer. Who knows if he should lose again, and especially if he gets knocked out, he may retire. Who knows? So, yes, I think he should definitely fight Salido again if Salido wants that fight, because he needs to just get better at that part of inside fighting, and you know he needs to prove something, I guess, for himself, that he lost that time because he was too green as a pro, and because he just hesitated too much. He fought too cautiously, and he was just well, perhaps not taken to school, but he was thrown off his game by a guy who was much more experienced and who fought the right fight, which Lomachenko didn't, which didn't suit him, his fighting style. So, yeah, that was all I had to say. Bye bye.